This episode of the RIA Edge 100 Roundup is sponsored by LPL Financial, where there's a variety of ways to build and customize your RIA. Welcome back to the RIA Edge 100 Roundup. This series was inspired by a list created by WMIQ, wealthmanagement.com's research arm, highlighting 100 firms that are growing faster than their peers while also maintaining a high level of client service through proactive staffing. In this episode, we are going to continue talking about talent. Last month, we covered why it's important and where you can be looking outside of the normal referral channels. This week, we're going to discuss the importance of offering clear career paths when it comes to recruitment and retention, as well as a couple of things to think about when you're thinking about equity. I spend a lot of time at industry conferences, listening to all kinds of very smart people talk about everything from marketing trends to the latest technology tools. But the majority of my time is spent in discussions around growth, M&A, and practice management. Talent plays a huge role in all of these areas and is frankly a topic unto itself as the demand for advice continues to grow at a much faster pace than the number of advisors. One phrase I've heard over and over when it comes to talent is career pathing, or having a clearly defined career progression available to employees who perform well and want to move up and take on more responsibilities within the organization. Career pathing has been consistently highlighted as an effective and relatively inexpensive tool in the fight to find and retain talented professionals. Even so, it seems a good number of firms still do not have formalized career mobility tracks they can use in recruiting and retention. But it's proven to be a very effective tool according to industry experts. But the fact is that not even that may be enough. As other RIAs continue to step up their game and are increasingly eyeing competitors as talent acquisition targets, and especially when it comes to younger generations, the rungs on that job ladder need to be closer together, and they should connect with other ladders in your organization. Things such as offering additional education or increasing access to higher levels or other parts of the business can go a long way to showing an employee that they're valued and helping them to find where they might end up being the best fit, especially as the number and variety of roles in the average firm continues to expand. There are a lot of ways to approach the question of equity, from whether to sell or grant, to whether you want to give up real ownership or offer phantom equity, which is essentially a cash bonus program tied to value, whether it's part of an internal succession plan, how you want to fund it, or whether you even want to do it. What is indisputable is that equity is becoming an increasingly common compensation tool and is more widely expected by a wider range of employees. Things tend to get a little trickier when considering an internal succession plan, as valuations have risen to a point where most next-gen advisors aren't able to afford a buyout without current ownership eating a significant discount. But there are at least a few banks out there specialized in helping wealth management advisory firms secure loans to navigate internal succession without leaving huge sums of money on the table. Live Oak Bank, PPC Loan, and Oak Street Funding are a few of the more visible examples. An internal succession can take a decade to complete, so experts recommend starting sooner rather than later. It may be worth noting here that a WMIQ survey conducted in late 2022 found 6 in 10 respondents had been contacted by a competing firm about a potential job last year, with 10% reporting they had been contacted by at least 6 other firms. A little more than half said it was highly unlikely they would make a move, but 21% were either on the fence or very likely to jump ship. Interestingly, another 11 said they were considering leaving the industry altogether. So that's all we have for today. On behalf of wealthmanagement.com and the RIA Edge 100, I'm Allie Hibbs.